Yeah, it was like so funny. How can you catch and release a fish? Because all people think that when you catch a fish, you have to eat it.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Wild Dispatch.
Hello and welcome to the Wild Dispatch. I'm Robin and I'm back with more skills and stories from the wild. We have a fantastic guest for you today, a man with many a story. His name is Raymond Mutemere. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, Raymond. My apologies if not. But Raymond is a fascinating individual, a man who has specialized in a craft interconnected with the wild for almost 40 years. Originally from Zimbabwe in Africa, he has been tying flies for the fly fishing market for a very long time. Now, his career may have begun there, but it grew and moved all the way down to South Africa, where he now works as the lead fly tyer for Mavungana. I guess the Johburg wing would be the correct term. It was down there that I headed and actually interviewed a few of the guys over there, seeing as I'm getting into the world of fly fishing a little and was going on a couple of trips with my family. It made sense to pop in there, maybe grab some supplies and a bunch of good stories. So Raymond did not disappoint. He not only tells a bunch of his own stories and quite surprising stories as well, he also explains some of the details, some of the nuances of what makes the difference between an excellent fly and one that will not pass muster with the fish when you're trying to catch them. If you are curious about learning more about tying flies, or if you want to just head over to the shop and chat with the people who work there, they're a fun crowd, then definitely head over to Mavungana in Johburg. They actually also have the original store in Dahlstrom, which is to the east of Johburg. I figure they have this available at both, but I know for sure in Johburg they have obviously a store with a bunch of really good stuff. They have teaching going on there. Raymond offers the service of teaching you how to tie amazing flies and also just a bit of advice as well. Pop in and they will happily share their wisdom with you. Right, that's enough waffling from me. Here's Raymond. All right, I'm going to turn. I think we have. Let's get a little bit more of you in here. Yeah, perfect. I think we're good. Okay. Can you see on that screen?
It literally looks like American NFL's.
But these are actually like, I think, the headsets that they use, right? Yeah, probably a cheaper version, that's for sure.
Commentating on a football game.
Yeah, now commented. Yeah,
Do you want me to stay here? Do you want one of us to stay here in terms of look at, or you guys just gonna look at each other?
I will just look at each other. We'll be fine. You can leave us be for a bit, and then if we, yeah, you can always heckle from the sidelines if you like. Ray, welcome to the podcast.
thank you.
So we're just going to jump in now, I think.
Okay, cool.
I guess maybe it makes sense for us to set up where we are, first of all. This is your place of work.
Yes,
Am I not wrong?
that's true.
So what is the name of this store that we're in?
It's Mavungana Fly Fishing,
Mavungana.
Johburg branch.
Okay.
Yes,
So how long have you been working here then?
I've been here for 15 years.
15 years.
Yes,
Okay, nice. And you've been tying flies for longer than that though, right?
I have been tying flies. I can say now it's almost 37 years.
37 years.
Yes.
Wow. So I want to go into some of the more technical things as I'm looking around here. I mean, behind us, we can see a lot of the materials that are used to tie flies, but I can actually see over your shoulder, there's a ton of your handiwork here, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Which is, I'll take some photos and put it on social media. But incredible flies, like they are nothing short of works of art. So,
Yes,
I
yeah.
mean, I don't know what to say. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
But this art of yours, this craft, started long ago, but where did that start? I want to kind of go. I want to go into all the details of how you actually make this happen and how it works, but also I want to hear your story from early on. So, where did you grow up?
I grew up in the rural area of Zim.
Okay, Zimbabwe.
Yes.
What do you remember about that? I mean, if you were young, were you near rivers at that point, or?
Yeah, we grew up in a place where there's a small stream. So we'd go out as boys, the bamboo rod, and fish from morning until our parents have to search for us, because it was enjoying part of boys.
Yeah.
So I think we're so young, but we're so eager to catch a fish.
Do you know what fish they were? Did you know at that time?
It's more like catfish.
Okay.
Yes, mostly like catfish and tilapia.
Okay.
Yeah, bream.
And did they taste good? Like, how did you? I'm guessing it was for food.
Yeah, it was more for food and more for fun, because it wasn't catch and release.
No.
It was catch to eat. So then from there, I had to move to, after doing my ordinary level, I moved to Harare. Then in 1988, I started tying flies at a company called J&G Fly Fishing.
Okay.
So there was a Scottish guy who taught me how to tie flies.
Amazing.
Gordon Macpherson. He's the late now.
Gordon Macpherson.
Yes.
And how did you meet him in the first place?
It was through my uncle,
Okay.
who knew about him. So he took me there. Then he said, he's a youngster, can you teach him your fantastic work? Then at first I was like, what's this? It was totally new to me.
Yeah.
Then after that, I started enjoying, because we're a group of youngsters with one of my friends at Flycast.
Okay.
Here in Johburg, Alfred. So we were tying every fly, but we're exporting to UK and America.
Okay, so that's something which is like a big industry.
Yeah,
there.
it was a big industry. At one stage, we were like around 70 fly tyers in a big room.
Wow.
Yes, so this company grew to that level.
And that was all people who had been trained by this one guy.
Yeah, after training some of the guys, you end up with supervisors and someone training someone. And
Okay.
that's how it ended. I also ended up training some other youngsters who are also fly tying here in South Africa at the moment.
Oh, nice.
So we enjoyed a lot, because we'd work through maybe up to 9 at night from morning.
Yeah.
So we did enjoy with a passion of fly tying.
That's interesting. So
Yes.
you were just really into it. So it was actually,
Yes,
and
yes.
how many flies? I mean, I guess it really changes, because I'm looking at this wall now, and there are very, very small flies, and then there are pretty large ones. Does that make a difference? Like, how many flies would you tie a day? Was there a standard rate, like a standard amount you were supposed to tie?
Yeah, there was a standard rate for like small flies. You can tie maybe per day 150. Because
150.
we used to have a lot of energy. Then bigger ones, as you know, they are a bit difficult, so you end up tying maybe 50 per day, 60, depending how fast your hands are. Because this whole thing is more to be artistic in your hands. It's not like everyone can do it. It's your hands, how they handle the material,
Yes.
how you produce a nice fly, because it differs. Some can tie a fly, but they don't look perfect.
Yeah.
But as we were tying flies, we would specialize in a particular type of fly, like dry flies, wet flies, streamers, salmon flies, tiger flies. So you to like have a specialization in certain flies, but someone would suit every kind of fly. Then you can tie everything.
And
yes.
What did you suit one specific kind of fly?
Yeah, I was so good in dry flies at that particular time, so I ended up specializing in dry flies.
And are they smaller in general?
Small in general, and also they float. They don't sink.
Yeah.
So, but they are so delicate when you tie them, because there is a lot of effort, and you have to focus more, because how to put the material on that fly is always a difficulty, it's a challenge. So that's why I ended up specializing in that department.
I'm guessing, do you have to have pretty good eyesight as well then?
Yes, yeah. When you are still young, your eyesight is quite good. But at the moment, I feel like my eyes are getting a bit tired. So when I tie bigger flies, I feel comfortable.
Okay.
But when I tie smaller ones, it's a bit a challenge.
Yeah.
That's why tying dry flies at the moment, I still tie, but it's a bit challenge because they are like small size, like size 20.
Okay.
Which is too tiny.
And how small is that? Like
size 20 is just like maybe half an inch.
Half an inch.
Yeah, something
so
like
really
that.
Small.
Yeah, very small.
Wow. And so do you guys use any, I mean, I've seen as I come in here and I look around this shop, it's amazing. You have a lot of like equipment to tie with. Do you guys ever use magnifiers or anything like that? I would imagine that could help.
Yes, you can use a magnifier glass, which is it helps. But because where I'm tying at the moment, there's a lot of light, so I don't normally use a magnifier. But you can use it if your eyes can tell you that, oh, you need
it.
Need it, yes.
Okay. So I would love to hear a bit more about Zimbabwe, if that's okay. Like, I mean, what was the town like? You said you were by a river, but I mean, what kind of time was it that you were growing up there? Were you very happy there, or did you want to get away and then that was a good opportunity with the fly fishing?
I think when we were still young, it was a good place to stay because our parents were there, my brothers, my sisters, friends and whatever. So it was just comfortable because when I was still young, it was still Rhodesia.
Okay, it was Rhodesia. Okay.
Yes. So it was just comfortable where you go into a river, the water is clean, it's not polluted, everything was perfect.
Okay.
You catch a fish, you feel comfortable. But, normal fishing is always easy, unlike fly fishing, it's more technical.
It's difficult.
Yes. But as you grow up, as I grew up going to Harare, when I started fly tying, it was a challenge now because, in town there's pollution, there's what you used to go to Eastern Highlands with my boss at that time, and I would tie flies at a lodge and people would go out fishing, come back at lunch, then say, hey, this fly was catching, can you tie a 5 for me, and so on. Then that lunchtime I would make sure I tie as much as I can so that these guys can go out and fish.
Yeah.
Come back at night and say, yay, this was brilliant. I caught lots of fish on your fly. So it encouraged me to tie more better flies, and also knowing that this fly is working quite well. So I know how a fly works, how it swims, because it's more about proportion.
Okay.
When you tie a fly, if it's a wrong proportion, it doesn't swim nicely. So you must make sure it's like an insect. When you say an insect, it's the abdomen, the thorax, and the head. Then that's how you tie a fly.
It must be correct.
Yes.
To what the insect is like.
Yes.
So how do you? I guess coming back to when you were saying about being at the lodge, or is that correct? Like when people were going on these fly fishing trips at different places.
Yes, it was Troutbeck Inn and Rhodes Hotel. That's where you used to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
And sorry, where was that?
It's in Eastern Highlands of Zim.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's a nice, good temperature for trout. So that place was so good for most people. Nice big rivers, not polluted at that time. I haven't been there for years. I'm not sure how it's performing, but it's a very good place to visit. Yeah.
Was there a element of stress then when people would come and say, "Hey, this fly is going great. Can you make as many as you can?" Like, you got to move fast.
Yes, you have to move fast, but because I was used to fly tying a lot, so I know what I should do for that 1 hour, 2 hours lunchtime. So by that time, everyone must have something to put on his line.
Yeah, perfect. That's good. So did anyone ever request you then, if you start making flies for people and they like their fish are biting because of the flies that you've tied them, do they ever specifically say, "Hey, I want this guy to tie my flies from now on"?
Yes, I had a couple of guys, they used to say, "Hey, can you tie me, each time he comes to the shop, please can you tie me that fly?" And it went on for years and years, people coming to request for particular pattern.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice. So that's I guess a good thing for you. Like, if people specifically want
Yes,
you, then
yeah.
that gives you good job security.
Exactly.
So I think you told me before we chatted that actually when you were learning to tie flies in that time, you weren't actually fishing at that point. It was purely for fly fishing, I should say. You were definitely fishing because you were catching lots of fish when you were younger, you said. But you didn't really get into fly fishing until later. Can you tell me when that was?
When I was in Zim, mostly I was just doing normal fishing.
Mm-hmm.
Fly fishing, I didn't have the chance to go fly fishing, and no one even taught me how to fly fish at that particular time.
Really?
Yeah, because this factory was big, and so we are very committed to fly tying mostly because would work even weekends and what have you. So the time to go out fishing was quite rare. When you take a leave, you just want to go and relax.
Yeah.
Exactly. But when I moved here in 2011, that's when I started learning how to fly fish. Jonathan Bolton gave me a chance to go and fly fish in downstream and other places, and lots of people encouraging me to fly fish. That's how I started learning.
Can you tell me, I can imagine at this point, 2011, you must have been tying flies for at least 15 years. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's more than that.
At that
yeah.
point?
Yes.
So can you remember the first fish that you caught with a fly that you had tied? And can you tell me that story?
Yeah, I tied a small fly which was like a size 14 with a jungle cock.
Okay.
On its as a tail.
What does it look like?
It's just like, it was more like a dragon.
Okay.
Kind of fly with bigger eyes.
Okay.
So I remember that fly was working quite well. And I used to give these flies to another guy who was working in downstream, Colin.
Okay.
He used to fish with this fly a lot, and I tied lots for him just to use in downstream. So he was quite comfortable using that fly. Yes.
I guess he was your, in a funny way, a guinea pig. You already know the ones that are working well.
Yeah, but it was just trying to see what can work. So I just tried to tie that fly, and it was perfect.
Yeah.
Yes.
So then you landed a fish. Can you remember what it was? It was a trout, was it?
It was a trout, and it was in Walkerson's.
Okay.
Yes.
How did that feel? I must be curious.
I felt very comfortable, and it was a memorable experience to my view.
Yeah.
Because it was fighting very hard.
Was it?
So I could feel like, this is special to me. Yes.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean,
and also I was fishing with a very good guide, Colin, who was so good, and he was teaching me techniques and whatever. So to me, it was quite good. Yeah.
It was like two people sharing their expertise.
Yes. Yeah.
Finally, it gets to go the other way around.
The other way, yes.
That's nice, man. So that was the beginning of you fishing.
Yes.
Do you now pay more attention to the flies that you are tying for people and think, okay, I'm going to try using that. That seems to be working more now. Like, it must be useful getting that knowledge.
Yes, I know most people come here and say, can you tie? Because I've got a fly which is called Shamare Timi. It's a stimulator, and that fly works quite well. Okay. So most people, they come here, they say, can you tie some for me? Maybe 10. Some like 20. Then, like Brandon likes that fly, so normally I tie lots when he's going away for fishing. Then it's a good fly. Yeah.
We were just talking for a second about catching that first fish. But something I wanted to ask you is, there is like a culture, right? We talked about this before a little bit, but there is a culture in your country of tying flies, which I think goes back quite a long way. I did a little bit of research before. Was there anyone else in your family who tied flies or anything like that? Or were you the only one?
No, I'm the only one.
Okay,
yes.
okay.
I the only one who started, and still the only one who has tied flies so far. But the family is doing something else different to what I do.
What do they think about it?
No, they are happy because they said it's a unique thing.
Yeah.
Because if you ask most black people, they don't know about fly tying. But as I was tying flies in Zim, people were like, oh, what's this? They don't actually understand how it goes. But passing that knowledge to most people, now most people understand how fly tying is and how is fly fishing. Because at that time, not so many people understand about fly fishing. So to me, it was another good story to tell my friends and family.
Yeah.
So now they understand it, and they've seen me tying flies a couple of times, so they understand how it works.
It must be quite a funny thing, I guess, if you take a step away and you think about it from the outside world. Like,
yes,
people fishing, but fishing in a way that's incredibly difficult just for fun.
For fun, exactly.
Did your friends and family think that was funny, or did that make sense? Like, it's a very different thing, hey?
Yeah, it was like so funny. How can you catch and release a fish? Because all people think that when you catch a fish, you have to eat it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing, hey?
Yes,
You're like, okay, we're going to eat some nice fish now.
Exactly. So basically, it was something new, and learning from that experience, I can tell good stories about fly fishing. And also, I've learned that if you catch a fish and put it back, generations and generations can still see those species still around.
Yes.
But when you take everything from the river, your grandchildren will never see that species again.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the nice part of
it's true
fly fishing, because your conservation is very important in that aspect.
It's interesting. Yeah, you make me think of a good friend of mine who's also a fisherman. He doesn't fly fish, but he fishes, and he takes me out. So I live in America on the coast by the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
And we fish in a rowboat that he built himself.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful boat. And we catch a big type of fish called a cod, a lingcod. And I don't think you have lingcod here, maybe. No, but they're big, ferocious. They have like sharp teeth, ferocious looking things.
More like a tiger.
Yeah.
Probably,
yeah, their heads can get enormous, like some of the biggest ones that they catch. But he he chooses himself to put the females, the big females that we catch. I remember the first big fish that I caught. I think it was 28 pounds. I don't know what that is in kilos, but do you guys weigh in pounds or kilos for
Normally,
fish?
some people weigh them in pounds.
Okay.
And some people weigh them in kilos.
Okay.
But you can just say if it's 10 pounds, you can say, it's 4.5 kilos, something like that.
Okay, yeah. I guess 28 pounds would probably be like 10, 11, 12 kilos, something like that.
There,
a pretty big fish.
Yes, yeah.
And I remember my excitement at catching that fish, this huge thing.
Yes.
And then he said to me, no, you're going to put that back in the ocean now.
Yeah. Then you were like, what?
I thought we were eating this thing.
Exactly.
And he said it was because the females... we put them back because they're going to lay far more eggs, and you have to look after the environment. And he fishes only a small area, and he has been looking after that area for 40 years.
Oh, that's incredible.
And it's amazing fishing, and his knowledge is incredible. And I'm sure it must have been nice then, you learning from some great fly fishermen and having access to those people.
Yes.
Can you remember... I mean, you've been tying these flies, but can you remember some of the things at the beginning that were difficult or that they taught you that helped you a lot?
Yeah, because when you're casting a rod, fly fishing rod, it's very technical. And also, you mustn't break your wrist when you are casting. You must be
stiff,
a bit rigid.
Okay.
Yes, that's how you cast a better line out. Yet when you're normal fishing, you just it's quite easy to throw a line into the water.
It is.
Which is there's no technique in it. But in this, there's a lot of techniques you have to apply. Otherwise, your line doesn't go far. You cast maybe 2 meters from you. Then it doesn't catch fish because you have to cover water to catch more fish.
Okay.
Yes.
You've got to get further away.
Further away, yes.
Is that because the fish see you, or?
The fish can see you, and at the same time, the more you are covering water, the more your fly is visible to fish. So they can just say, that insect is, or that bait is passing through. Yes, so that's how they jump and eat that thing.
Okay.
So that's how most people have been teaching me, and I've been experiencing a lot of that because I go out with Brandon, teach me techniques. I used to go out with Colin, teach me techniques. Lots of guys I've met taught me one or two things which I can still remember and I can put into practice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you find yourself now teaching other people some things? Do you get the opportunity?
Yeah, it's a bit because this knowledge is a bit complex. Because you must be very good at teaching how to do it. I'm good at teaching how to fly tie.
Yeah.
But when it comes to fly fishing, I think I have to leave it to these good guys who can do something better.
Yes.
Like Brandon, Jonathan Bolton, John Tobalo in Dostrum. They've been in it for a long time. So I leave them to teach other people because I can't pass the knowledge which I don't actually have. Yes.
Well, I guess when you're surrounded by that kind of company who are very talented people, it would be it would be easy to feel like you don't know very much, but I can guarantee you know a lot more than I do.
Yes.
But you were saying about Dahlstrom. I'd love to ask a little bit about that. I mean, that's where you got to go. And this store here is in Johburg, but that's not where the original store is that correct?
Yes.
And that's a hub, that's a good place, is it?
Yes, Dahlstrom, it's I compare it to Eastern Highlands in Zim. where you get lots of trout. So downstream is where this shop started, I think 1997.
Wow.
Yes. So it's a special place where you can fish and it's comfortable. It's very cold. So trout can enjoy those environments.
Do they grow bigger when it's cold? Or?
Yeah, they grow quite big.
Okay.
Yes. And also they don't die so easily because they are I think it's the temperature makes them grow, and also they tend to eat more food because they are in their environment, which is good.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, something I'm curious about, you said before you were part of this program that this guy set up teaching you to tie flies. And you said it was quite a few of you at that point. Was it predominantly, you said at the time when you were learning, it was surprising your family didn't know about it because people who were black didn't really know what fly fishing was or knew of it but weren't really aware of it too much? Was it predominantly black people that you were with tying flies, or was it a whole mixture of people?
I think we were more black people. Of course, we had a couple of white guys who were tying with us, but it was more black people and also youngsters from school. So that encouraged me because you talking stories and you could enjoy because you are working with your age group.
Yes.
So it helped me a lot, and it helped the other guys who are still tying flies at the moment. I know most of the guys are scattered over South Africa tying flies. Some are still in Zim, but still tying flies, but not like it used to be because that company used to be quite big.
Okay.
But when my boss died, which is Gordon Macpherson, I think he passed on to someone. What maybe things started to come a bit difficult in Zim.
Okay.
Economical wise, so that I ended up thinking, let me move to South Africa.
So was that a time then of quite instability? I mean, what was happening at that time?
It was because when you export some stuff, the government will just say you must use this maybe 30% of what you are getting from Forex in 30 days. Sometimes it end up like most companies would not afford to do that. But in actual fact, the economy was so bad that the dollar was depreciated in value. Things were not working good. Then I decided to move to South Africa. Yes.
So is that the currency there is in dollar as well as in?
It was it started as Zim dollar, then and it was like 1:1 like a trillion at some stage.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Which was
that's not good.
And no one can survive in that environment.
So were people then trading in other things and not using the money, or what happened? Like how did
people were living in a difficult situation at that time. So that's why you see, if you go to Zim, ask how many each family has got someone going to another country for greener pastures. It's either South Africa, Botswana, Namibia, Zambia, even UK, America, Canada. You see, all Zimbabweans are scattered over the world. It was due to the bad economy at that time. So most people decided to move to better working conditions and like greener pastures.
It's a big step to take as well, leaving your country, leaving your family.
Exactly. It wasn't easy. It's still not easy.
No.
Because you leave the family behind and you go and work as and a certain environment where you're like, oh, it's good, I'm enjoying, but you think of your family at home, they are not enjoying as you might be. So it's difficult for most people. But for me working here, it was coming down here. It was a blessing because I have learned a lot of things in fly tying. I've learned how to manage in a shop, like because I was in a factory, but now working in a fly tying a fishing shop, it's quite a huge step for me.
Yeah,
I've learned a lot. I've met lots of big fishermen, fly fishermen.
Yeah.
So it helped me a lot, and I've learned a lot after I came down here. So yeah.
I wonder. I find it sometimes very hard to focus if I'm really concentrating on something. If there's noises or people talking to me, my brain just doesn't want, especially if I'm doing something creative.
Yes.
I wonder, was it a big change for you coming? I mean, you're sat in the open at a place tying flies. I imagine people want to come and talk to you. And does your amount of flies that you can tie go down because of that?
Not really. I can talk with someone whilst I'm tying.
Oh,
that's
perfect.
The nice part of, because I have the experience. So if people come and chat to me saying I want this and want this, I'll busy tie.
Yeah.
But we're still discussing something else.
Okay, nice. You're
Yes,
still working.
Yes.
You should have said I would have set up you could have been tying
Yes.
tying while we were recording.
Yes. So basically, I do enjoy teaching other people.
Yeah.
Because since I came here, I've taught lots of youngsters and some of my age, but giving other people that knowledge, I'm very proud of it, because I've seen lots of youngsters grow up in fly tying, which is good, and I've seen a lot of elder people who have retired now, tying at home, go and fish with flies, which I have taught them, which I'm proud of that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yes.
It's amazing to have a skill as well, like that skill which is now gone across is creating, I guess, like a lot of jobs for people.
Yeah. So at the moment I'm busy teaching a youngster who works in the center,
Okay.
a cleaner in the center.
Okay.
So when I started teaching him, he started enjoying. He's still young. He's 28.
Okay.
But he's quite keen, and I'm happy. One day when I retire, I know there's someone I've given knowledge, and they can keep on tying for the company. It still exists.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, that must be an amazing feeling, for
Yeah.
sure.
No, I'm proud of that, because he's so good.
He's doing good, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He started last year, but for now, I'm happy.
You can tell that he's going to be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that must be an amazing feeling.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Let me just have a quick look at these questions and see if there's anything that I've missed, because you're already covering lots of my questions. You're doing great. We're going to jump back into this conversation any second now. But first, I wanted to take a moment to politely invite you to do some of the things that people who enjoy podcasts do. If you could give us a follow, make sure that you are subscribed on the platform that you're listening right now, that would be really great. And then also a 5-star review goes a long way. It really helps push this podcast to the eyes, I guess ears is more appropriate, to the ears of people who are curious and interested in wild things all over the world. It would be a great help if you could just do that for me. Back to the podcast. Okay, I think in a second we'll probably go into a bit more of the detail of tying flies, because as you said before, like that's your area of expertise.
Yes.
But you're saying about teaching people, and there's someone here in this center that we're at, but other people can come. And actually, this is a funny thing. My brother-in-law, as we were just driving from a very nice fly fishing place, Verloren Kloof.
Yeah.
You know that place?
Yes, yeah.
So we were just there and driving in, and we got up at like 4 o'clock in the morning or something to get here on time. But he was saying that his wife bought him a voucher to be taught by you for 2 hours about 1 or 2 years ago, and he hasn't had time to come and see you yet.
Yes.
But he still wants to.
I think I know the guy.
Fani.
Yes, yeah.
Fani Lobsha is his name.
Yeah. His wife said he'll come, but I was like wondering where he is.
Yeah.
But I know one day he'll come. And I'll give him some knowledge of how to fly tie. But the nice part of fly tying is you can do it anyway. Like you go out fishing, you can take your vise with you. You can just tie, and you tie something you want. It's not like someone have the exact sample. You can modify it to suit what you want.
Yeah.
That's the nice part of fly tying.
So I was going to ask you about that. I assumed when I was thinking of a few questions that you wouldn't take your tying things to the place where you're fishing, but it sounds like you do that.
Yes.
That's amazing. So you can literally see the environment and learn, try a few things and see like, okay, no, this needs to be different and I can make it.
Yes.
That's incredible.
Yes.
So I guess what I was going to ask is, are there specific flies that you have created that have like a name, or people know that that's the fly that you created for a specific area? Or is that how it works?
Yeah, mostly it's these flies have been around for 1,000 years maybe.
Okay, yeah.
But we tend to modify them to suit the environment we are. Sometimes, like the one I'm happy about, it's called Shamare Timi. Shamare means friend in my language, my home, my mother language.
And what is that language?
Shamare Shona.
Shona.
Yes.
Okay.
Shamare is a friend.
Okay.
So I said Shamare stimulator.
Okay.
Yes. But that's what I think I'm happy. I've seen how most people catch fish with that fly. So I'm so happy
That's
with
your
that
one.
fly. Yes,
That's the one that you're most proud of.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. And you're saying you have your gear there. How do you analyze an environment if you're going to a place and you get there? I imagine people look around. I think my brother said people flip a rock over.
Yes.
Is that the way to do it? Like how do you judge what the right fly is?
Yeah, mostly if you see fish feeding at the bottom of the water on rocks, you can pick a stone and you can check. You can see those small larvas they are feeding on. That's how all fly tying is all about. You can imitate that insect. Then you can. That's how people end up fishing. You can see fish jumping up, like trout eating mayflies.
Okay.
Then you're like, oh, this it's mayfly. You imitate that. That's how you can tie a fly, because they are imitating what they are eating at that particular time.
Yes.
Yeah. So mayflies are good flies to tie, but you have to know, like as I said, proportion is always good, so that it floats nicely, it doesn't sink. And the type of hook you are using, it must be a light wire hook, so that that fly doesn't sink eventually. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you put a heavy wire gauge, that fly, if it's a dry fly, it will sink.
Yes.
So you must know the type of hook we are using.
And these hooks, they are, forgive me, I'm asking very obvious things, but not everyone who's listening will know much about fly fishing, myself included.
Yeah.
But they are, I'm guessing, barbless hooks. Or do they have a barb on them?
Yeah, some have got barbs, some are barbless, but these days most people, we are tying on barbless hooks. which makes it easier because most people, when they use hooks with barbs, they debarb them when they are fishing.
They do it themselves with a file or something.
Yes, so you use a small tool called a forceps to debarb your hook, but mostly we just tie on a barbless.
Okay.
Yes, but it depends where you are fishing. Because if you go like for tiger, I think most people just use as it is.
Okay.
Yes.
It needs to have a barb.
Because if you debarb, I think it end up you losing that fish so easy because they are so aggressive. Yes.
Okay. So it's kind of based on how the fish is going to move. If they fight a lot, then you might need a bit of help.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So talk me through then. We talked about analyzing the environment and understanding that part, but what is the process then of creating a fly? If you give as much detail as you feel that you want, like I imagine that there are similar steps for each fly that you tie, whether they're big or small. What's the kind of thought process or the way that it works?
Because basically when you take a hook, you think I'm gonna tie a streamer or a dry fly or a nymph, you have to make sure you know the hook's gauge.
Okay.
You must learn those things. And also, when you start tying a fly, like a dry fly, you take a light wire hook, but it must be, they will call it a short shank.
Okay.
For a streamer, it's a long shank mostly.
Uh-huh.
For like big fish like giant trevallies and tigers, you want a bigger hook with a bigger gauge so that it's easy to hook into that fish.
And stronger, I guess.
It's stronger, exactly. So they differ. Yes. So when you are tying a fly, when you take a thread with your bobbin, you must put like a foundation, like you are building a house.
Okay.
You bind your thread on top of the hook so that when you put material on top of that hook, it doesn't twist. Your fly must be strong.
Okay.
So it must stay on one position.
Yes.
After catching maybe 4 or 5 fish, yes, it can
twist.
But it mustn't twist like when you catch one fish, then it twists, then it's not a good fly. It's not a good fly.
So it needs a good foundation.
Okay. Like you are building a house.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yes. So as I said, it must be very proportional. So the abdomen must be longer, then the thorax a bit a third of the abdomen, then the head must be small. So that's how you tie a fly. So it's more proportion.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, because if that's wrong, the fish they see, they're not interested.
Yeah, because sometimes it doesn't swim as good as an insect. So we must try to imitate every insect we are trying to fool these fish with.
Do people change the way they actually move the rod or anything? Or do they just lay it and it just drifts? Because I can imagine certain fish they might move differently.
There's like you have to retrieve as it lands. They can say count to 10 seconds so that it sinks, or 20 seconds. It depends. But you retrieve. Every fly have got its own, like, the way you can retrieve it. They are not all the same.
It's different.
Yeah. Some are fast to retrieve, some will retrieve them slow. Like you see these insects in the water. They are different. Some move fast, some slow. So that's how you have to learn more about fly fishing.
Yes.
The way the insect moves. So these fish know that, this is not a dead thing.
Yeah, they see.
Yes.
Okay, so you talked about having a strong base.
Yes.
For building.
fly.
Is there another section, another part to go from that, or does it just the variety is so huge?
Then now you, after building a base, now you apply your material. Quantity of material is also be very proportional. You can put like lots of material on a small hook, so you must be quite proportional also in material quantity.
Okay.
Yes. So it's a bit like if I take one fly, then I can show you how I tie that particular pattern. Then you can, that's how you must lay this material according to the imitation of that insect you want to do.
Yeah. I've even seen on some of the insects, I can't remember which ones they are. Maybe I'm sure it's here.
Yeah, like mayfly or whatever, something like that. Yeah.
Some of them are incredible. Where I was at Verlorenkluif, I was looking at another box of flies that have been tied. I don't know if maybe you had a hand in some of those, but the legs, some of them have legs with like knots tied in, so that it looks like they have little knee joints. And
I think those are whoppers. It's a whopper.
Okay.
So you have to take pheasant tail, the cock pheasant tail, center tails. Then you pluck one strand. Then you tie knots on that particular hook. Fly. So that's the one you are talking about. It's a whopper.
Okay.
Yes.
You already know.
Yes.
It looked amazing to me.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure it looks amazing to fish as well.
Yes. Sometimes some are damsels. So you just want to imitate how those damsels look in water. So you tie those joints so that it resembles that exact. Is it a grasshopper or is it whatever species?
Yeah. Okay. So this is probably a question you get asked a lot, but I guess I would love to know like the biggest and the smallest flies that you've ever tied. I mean, do you ever have to tie some huge ones for a specific?
I've tied a small fly like size 26 hook, which is quite tiny. I think by now I can't even see it, but that time I could recognize it. This is quite a small hook. But
the way you're holding your fingers, that's just like a few millimeters. Eh?
Yeah, like
less.
Yes. Then I tied size 8/0 hook, which is massive hook, like big.
Like 80.
8. We call them 8/0.
8/0.
It's 8/0.
Okay.
That's how
That's the name.
Name of it's a code.
Okay.
We use in hooks.
Yeah.
Like saltwater. We're catching giant trevally. You need a bigger hook. As when you are tying for a trout, you need a smaller hook. You can't use that 8/0 to catch a trout.
It's not going to fit.
Yes. So it's too big. Yeah.
How heavy are giant trevally then? Do you know how big they get? Like length or weight?
They come. I think they go up to. I'm not 100% sure, but I can. Most of them, I've heard people saying I got a 120 centimeter.
Oh, 120 centimeter.
Yeah.
That's big.
Yes.
Hey, that's like 4 feet or something more. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like a trout, some people catch trout which is like 70 centimeters or 50 something centimeters. It depends where you are fishing, but they go that big.
Yeah, it could be double that then, I guess.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yes.
So, have you found yourself, I'm curious, spending all this time creating these amazing replicas of insects? When you are in your everyday life, do you find yourself looking at insects and examining them and thinking, how would I make that?
Yeah, definitely. Most of the time you go out, like maybe on leave, I go out, I see this insect, I'm like, this one, I see this fish feeding on those insects. I'm like, okay, when I go back, I want to tie one of these, see how it looks like. It's like you see a crab in water, like say, oh, then you try to tie a crab. Look, it's a bit complicated, but people have come out with a solution now. If I tie this, because they flip over, because you see crabs in water, they don't swim like straight, they go sideways.
Yes, yeah, I've seen
Yes,
that.
so that's how these flies are tied. Yeah, you see them when they are retrieving, then going sideways.
They're tied sideways.
But it's unique, because doing that is, because you remember these flies, you can't do a machine.
Yeah.
You can't have a machine to produce some of those. It's all about using your hands.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm saying you have to be very artistic.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yes, yeah.
Do you ever have you ever had any strange requests to make unusual ties? So the reason I ask this is because, and this is a story that I found very entertaining, when I was talking with one of the guys from the Mission magazine, their fly fishing magazine, I think for their first ever edition that they did, they caught I think it was maybe a trout from the moat of Cape Town.
Yeah.
Moat there. They went there with no permission. But what they actually used is they made a cigarette butt.
Yeah, I've seen it
You've
before.
seen it, hey?
Yes.
Okay.
It's quite unique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever had to tie anything like strange like that, where people are like, I want to catch something with something unusual?
Yeah, I've tied a couple of those things
have you?
which are like, it doesn't resemble like anything a fish can eat. You know, sometimes people come and said, can you tie this for me? But you're like, how can I tie this fly? It's quite weird.
Yeah.
But because of the experience I have in fly tying, I know how to imitate the thing he is talking about. Then that's how I come up with it. Then that fisherman was like, oh, that's exactly what I want, which I normally do.
Can you remember like a time or what it specifically was that they wanted?
It was like a small, like it was an insect kind of.
Okay.
But to me it was so tiny,
Yeah.
and the wings were so weird, what he wanted me to. So I tied one. He said, no, you must, but he doesn't know how to tie.
Okay.
But he's giving me instructions. Then I'm like, because I know what he's explaining about, then I can't even remember the name of that fly because it was just unique.
Yes.
I never tied something like that again. It was quite tiny, but I was using thick plastic as wings, so I had to cut. I had to take a candle and burn so that the edges look so perfect. It was a mayfly. So I had to invent something like you hold at the end like pliers.
Yes.
Then you bend at the edge.
Okay.
Then now I can say, so sometimes I used my thumb to measure how the wing can go.
The shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just trim with the scissors at the edge. Then take a candle light. Then I just bend a little bit. Then it looks perfect. Yeah.
Nice.
It was a challenge, but I will never want to tie that type of, because it took me a couple of days to figure out what he was explaining, but we ended up agreeing to each other.
Okay. He was happy in the end.
No, he was happy. He came with stories saying, I've caught fish. And I was like,
he caught a fish with it?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So I tied a couple for him. Yeah, but he never came back. Like I tied some more. I think I tied enough for him to use for a long time.
Yeah, I'm sure. Funny. Okay. Okay, so when you are teaching people, what are some of the most common mistakes that people make when they are first trying to tie flies?
The most common is how to end a fly, because if you doesn't end it properly, it comes undone. So it's called whip finish.
A whip finish?
Yes.
Okay.
So when you do a whip finish, that's the first stage you teach a person. You can tie a nice fly, but if you don't know how to whip finish, it can be very ugly at the end.
Okay.
Because that's the most important thing when you are tying a fly. Learn how to whip finish first. Then because I use my hands, some people use whip finisher tool.
I think it's a tool. Okay.
Yeah, there's a tool. But I use my hands. That's how I was taught. So I normally teach what I know best.
Mm-hmm.
I've never used that tool in my life. It's been difficult for me to use it at the moment.
Yeah.
But most people come with their the whole kit and they said, I want to use this tool. I'm like, I'll teach you something. Because a tool, if it breaks, what are you going to do?
Exactly.
But your hands you still have your hands. You can even tie your fly with your hands.
Yeah.
And I can tie a fly without using the vice.
Yeah.
Just hold with my hands and tie a fly. It comes out right.
Okay.
Yes. That's how fly tying started. They didn't have tools like they have a bobbin holder, but they didn't have a vice. They just put a hook in between the fingers, tight, then it comes perfect.
Wow.
So whip finish is the most intriguing thing when you are starting out to tie flies. So that's what I normally give people to tie, maybe a couple of minutes. Said I show him or show her. Then after that I said practice. If you can do it more 10 times without a problem, then I'm happy. Then we can start tying a fly, yes.
Do people ever get frustrated because they come and they think that they're going to tie flies straight away and you're teaching them the important thing?
Yes, a lot of them. Some end up almost giving up. But I know the trick. When I know that this person is giving up, I just say, let's go, let's tie a fly together.
Okay.
Then I end up give me your fly, I do the whip finish. But as long as he's happy that he has tied a fly which looks good.
Yes.
But I will say, when you get at home, do practice whip finish.
Yes.
Yes.
And I guess you can tell when people have or they haven't been practicing, I'm sure, because you said the way it finishes makes a big difference.
Makes a big difference because at the end, the head must look perfect. Yes, that's...
Okay.
Yes.
You said men or women that you're teaching. I'm curious. I guess a lot of the times in the sports that I am involved in, hunting, fishing, it's usually a lot of men.
Yes.
But I'm curious, are there many women? Have you taught many women? Are there becoming more women that are interested?
Not so many. It's funny, but women catch faster than men. But it's I don't know why I don't see a lot of women in it. It's not maybe their passion, but when I was in Zim, I used to teach women in our factory. They were so quick to catch.
To learn?
Yeah.
Catch on?
Yeah, catch on, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so men are a bit difficult to teach in any other thing, but women are so... they are so good at it. I think in this industry it should be more women because when they knit jerseys, they use their hands. I think they learn faster than men do.
Yeah. I wonder also women tend to be able to see color better. They see the differences in color better.
Yeah.
I think this maybe comes from long history of men walking around hunting while women are foraging, and they have to understand the colors of plants, or those skills, I guess, learn over the years. Maybe it's just an idea, but maybe that's why they're better at tying flies. Then.
So that's what I have discovered, that lots of women are very good in their hands.
Yeah.
But surprising enough, you don't see a lot of them. Yeah.
I guess that's a call out then to people. Women, if you are listening, then
you have to start fly tying.
Start tying flies. And here's the man who can teach you.
Yes, yeah.
If you're in Johburg, then that's what you need to do. Okay, so yeah, is there anything that you were hoping that I might ask you about, or a story that you like to tell about tying flies or fishing, or a memory from when you were younger?
I think I just want to tell a story about the way I started working for Mavungana Fly Fishing.
Okay.
As I said, I've learned a lot. But through seeing a lot of guys coming into the shop, passing knowledge to each other, that's how I've learned a lot of things which I didn't know. And sometimes you think you know a lot, then someone comes in, then you say, oh, you still need to learn a lot.
Yeah.
So there's a lot you have to learn in fly tying, which I think I'll die without knowing.
Yeah.
People might say, oh, you are a very good tyer and whatever, but I have to learn from someone who is a junior to me. So there's a lot of guys who have got vast knowledge in fly tying, which I have met along the way. There's another guy called Maripeda. He is running a fly tying shop in Johburg. I've worked with him in Zim, and he went to Malawi, where we had another branch. I've learned a lot from that guy, so many techniques. So to me, he's one of my mentor, to be honest.
Yeah.
And as I came here also, I've seen a lot of fly tyers which have got vast knowledge. So it gave me, you go on YouTube and you see a lot of guys tying flies and whatever. But to me, when you see someone doing it in person, you learn a lot
more.
And also, you chat to someone, then you tend to have more knowledge about the work you are doing. So you polish how you perfect your fly tying through other people's knowledge. Yes.
I think it's also the same for many things, right? And I think what's clear from the way that you're speaking is that you are, clearly very talented, but also humble. And I think that's an important thing. I think as soon as you start thinking you know everything is when you stop learning. Is that right? So
yes.
Yeah, it's so true, and I think it's an important thing to remember, to just try and soak up as much as you can from everyone.
You can. And also in the industry, there's a lot of mistakes you can do. We can't talk about all good things. We have to see the bad part of when you are tying a fly. Mostly, if you see it's not looking good, take a razor blade and cut and start again.
Okay.
Yeah. It makes you get satisfied that this fly is looking perfect. So that's how I've been learning how to fly tie. And also, in fly tying, there's like animal phone my friend. He said, hey, I'm getting a difficulty in tying this particular fly, which is Alfred at Flycast. He always say, if you do this, you can do this, But because we understand the language, then I can just sit there and say, okay, I figured it out. Then that's how I do it.
Okay, just by having a conversation about it.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yes.
I wonder then, you said that there are people where you learned, where you first learned, and they're scattered all across Southern Africa, it sounds like.
Yes.
Do you manage to stay in touch with people much? Like, I don't know, do you keep in contact with some of those people?
Yeah, I keep in contact with lots of them.
Yeah.
And we always chat about fly tying and all different stories or old days when we used to work in a big factory.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's quite good stories.
Yeah, it must be nice now being here, and it's a very different environment. But
yes, yeah, no, it's totally good environment which I'm working at the moment, which makes me quite happy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great. Although sometimes those difficult times, like learning and like the things you remember, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that's everything, Ray. Thank you so much for sharing your stories today.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks.
Is there anywhere, I guess, people should go to see? Where can people go to see the flies that you tie, or if they want to do a course and they're going to be in Johburg? Yeah,
normally they come here or phone the shop.
Okay.
I said I want to do a fly tying lesson.
Yeah.
Or just send an email.
Okay.
Whatever. But normally when they come to the shop, they learn a lot.
Okay.
I'm free when I teach someone. They come back and said, I'm getting it difficult. We have coffee. We sit down, take maybe 10, 20 minutes, sit down and tie one or two flies so that you can go and, So that's the most important thing, which I think most people I've been teaching, I've given them the go ahead, like when you have a difficult come, we don't charge you anything.
Yeah.
We only give you knowledge so that tomorrow that person comes, buy plenty of material, whatever.
Yeah. I guess that's the way it works, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not fully fallen into the rabbit hole that is tying flies yet. I mean, I'm just beginning. I'm like just learning to fly fish myself.
Okay.
But I think one day I may be coming through these doors and, and asking to learn some skills from you.
Exactly.
That would be amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ray.
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Right, that's another episode netted, and I guess the photo is taken, if you want to make a bad analogy, which I seem to be obsessed with doing. Thank you again, Raymond, for giving me such a great interview, being so patient with your time, and sharing lots of your knowledge. It was great to get to know you. And also thank you to the Mavungana team for letting me record at the shop in Johburg. It was great fun setting up there, and create a bit of curiosity with a few of the people who were passing by there. So that was a good laugh too. There will be more episodes with a couple of guys from Mavungana in the future. Maybe not immediately, but in a few weeks' time, they will be going out. So stay tuned. If you enjoyed this episode, there will be more in the pipeline. Once again, if you want to learn more about tying flies, or if you want to get some great gear, definitely check out Mavungana Fly Fishing. And also the guiding that they do guiding over in Dahlstrom. So there's a lot that you can learn. I remember driving past the Dahlstrom shop a few weeks ago and seeing one of the staff. She was casting the longest I've ever seen anyone cast. I think it was a bit of a show for the people leaving on a bank holiday, but it was like more than 100 feet of line that she had out there. It was impressive. If you are here and still listening, then I'm going to take that as a win. Once again, here's a quick little reminder. It would be amazing if you could give us a subscribe or a follow, and also a 5-star review goes a long way. Okay, we have some amazing episodes coming up. Stay tuned. Thanks for listening. Until next time.
Welcome to the Wild Dispatch.